My marriage with Lafwell had been beautiful from the beginning. I know that the world has gone so bad that people no longer know genuine love. They no longer understand how or the intentions of other people. But my marriage with Lafwell from the beginning was very beautiful. I'll speak for myself. My intentions were very pure. I got married to Lafwell because I loved him from the very first day I saw him. I don't know what his own plans were, but I did love him. I didn't even know he was a social media person because I wasn't. I didn't know he was a social media person. I didn't know what he was doing. When he was telling me his Lafwell, I didn't even understand. I just accepted him because I loved him. God bears me witness. And I know we didn't date for long before we got married. We did not. But it was a decision we both took. It was a risk we both took because, of course, you don't know who you're getting married to. So it was a risk we took. And I made up my mind that I was going to stay with him through thick and thin. I was going to stay with him no matter what, you know. And then we got married. The wedding was beautiful. You guys have seen it. It was beautiful. And we were happy. I mean, you know, that's why right now I can't even say what is going on with my husband. Somehow I want to believe that it was actually that he's actually under a spell, because Lafwell was a very sweet husband. We did not hide anything from each other. We were transparent. I had his password, he had my as a matter of fact, we only had our password on our phones just for security reasons, for outsiders, not for both of us, because I could access his phone, he could access mine. Sometimes he would even ask me to take his calls. That is how transparent we were. We never hid anything from ourselves. We never did. Wherever he went to, he would tell me. Wherever I went to, I would tell him. I never spoke back at him. Nothing. We were very happy up until my sisters came in. God in heaven bears me witness. I will keep saying it. I never invited my sisters to our house. I never did. I never invited them. I was even in shock. And if you guys have watched those videos from the beginning, like you always say, you will see that I fought my sisters. I stood with my husband and I fought my sisters. I asked them to leave my house, that I was okay with my husband. That was how this whole temptation started. I fought them until, you guys know, I fought them until I miscarried. But I didn't give up on my husband. It was even my husband that was begging me to forgive my sisters. He was begging me to forgive them. I told him that I will not. That they don't have my interest at heart. He begged me, himself and pastor. They begged me. Some people are saying that I didn't leave my family to go and marry my husband. I married my husband and I brought my entire family. That's a lie. Because I fought my family. I fought them because of my husband. And I asked them never to come to my house again. It was my husband that still asked me to forgive them, that we are family. And I forgave them. Fast forward to when I went for my upgrade. My husband sponsored this, and I will always appreciate him. Always. Lafwell is not a bad person. I just don't know what has come over him. I don't know if this is actually his true color. I don't know. But the Lafwell I got married to, this is not him. He sponsored my upgrade. He knew how much I needed that upgrade, and he sponsored it just because he wanted to make me happy. And I was so happy that I don't even know how to express it. I went for the upgrade and came back. As soon as I came back, my husband changed. We were just sitting in the house one day. He was like, this house is too quiet too. I wish there was a child here. He said it the first time. I ignored it. He said it the second time. I ignored it. But it was destabilizing me. The third time I was like, babe, why are you always saying this? Do you know how it makes me feel? You know that I had a miscarriage. You saying this thing, you know how it makes me feel? You shouldn't be saying things like this. I'm not God. I'm not God. You shouldn't be saying these things to me. My husband started quarreling with me. That my sisters came and they killed his child. They did this. I'm like, why are you going back there? We've gone past that place. Why are you going back there? You even asked me to forgive my sister. So why are you referring to it now? Why are you referring to it now? What's going on? My husband started picking a fight with me in the house. Slightest provocation, he will quarrel and say that I cannot give him a child, that my family is bad, they came and killed his child. I'm like, don't be doing this thing. Don't be doing this thing. The day I slapped my husband, we had a fight that morning. We had a fight. He was listening to Gege. I know that Gege was creating his own content, which I'm not against. But my husband capitalized on it. Because there was this particular video Gege did and said men should just go and have children. They shouldn't get married. They should just go and have children. And I told my husband, stop listening to this thing. It's polluting your mind. Stop listening to it. You know that this thing he's saying is not good. It's going to affect us. My husband picked up a fight with me. So that evening, when he was listening to Gege, which I had already pleaded with him to stop listening to, he purposely called me to bring him water. I brought the water to him, and he broke the cup. Out of that anger, God is my witness, I've never even spoken back at my husband before. But that anger was so severe with all the mental stress. You know, I slapped him. God, I am not justifying that action. I have been apologizing for that, and I will keep apologizing for it. I was not right. It was wrong for me to slap him, but I did. I slapped him out of anger, and I'm still begging. I'm still apologizing. I slapped him out of anger. That was how the whole thing escalated. My husband said, I'm barren. I can't give him a child. I'm a financial mistake. Even when I've been assisting him so well in this house, God in heaven is my witness. I've not been coming on the internet to tell people what I do for my husband. I've not been doing that. Because it's not necessary. This is my private life. I understand that my husband is a content creator, but privacy is not everything we put on the internet. I've never come out here to say, oh, I've assisted my husband with this or that. It's not every time he has money in his pocket. And that is where I come in. But he started calling me names that I don't bear. Calling me a financial mistake. Saying that he made a mistake to get married to me. Saying that I cannot give him a child. My sisters came and killed his child. My family is not good. Haba. I'm a human being now. Why are you trying to spite me? Why are you trying to hurt me? What did I do to you? So I slapped him out of anger, and I have been apologizing. I was very angry. My husband was keeping late nights. Sometimes he will not even come back. He will be taking calls in the middle of the night. Haba. No one will see all those things and keep quiet. You keeping quiet over such things does not make you a good woman. It does not make you a good woman or a good man. I know that some women do that too, but men, if you keep quiet over it, it does not make you a perfect husband. We are human beings. What you know is not good for you, don't do it to another. Don't do it to another. He was doing all these things to me, and I was in pain. Mentally, I was stressed. Emotionally, I was stressed. Everything was just happening to me. I didn't even know how to handle it. God knows. I went beyond boundaries with my actions. I fought my husband. I poured him water. But in the midst of all those things, I tried not to hurt him physically. I tried. Because I know I love my husband. I may be angry, but I love him. I may be upset, but I love him. I will not hurt him. So where does water kill anybody? Okay, is it only water I saw? I was very angry. As a matter of fact, I've never been that angry in my life. I don't know what took over me, but I was angry. And by God's grace, everything was calm. Everything was settled. I was so happy when my marriage came back. Pastor Faith came and told us that a storm was coming. It was when he said that thing, I was like, oh, okay. So he has seen this thing already, because it was already happening in the house. This thing was beginning to happen in the house. Pastor Faith now came. God knows I was praying. I prayed morning and night. I prayed. Most times when I called my husband, come, let's pray, he will refuse. And I'm like, God, what kind of temptation is this? I cannot fight this thing all by myself. I cannot fight it all by myself. He will refuse. He will not want to pray. Sometimes it will even cause trouble. The prayer will cause trouble. He'll be like, I should leave him alone. I should go and pray my prayer. What is it? Pastor Faith tried. I prayed with Pastor Faith. He stood by me. We prayed. And then somehow God put everything under control. And my mother-in-law came. Everything was settled. My parents, my dad, the turbulence was out of this world. I don't know where it came from. But God did it, that everything was settled at the end of the day. I was so happy. I begged my husband. I begged and begged. I didn't give up. Oh. I was like, I must make my marriage work. See, marriage is work. Man or woman, marriage is work. Sir, if you don't put in effort, your marriage will not work. Ma, if you don't put in effort, your marriage will not work. One-sided effort cannot build a home. One-sided effort, it cannot build a home. Marriage is sacrifice. You can say, I cannot take this. I cannot take that. When I was single, I didn't take this from anybody. You will sacrifice. You will give up some things. You will give up some rights. You will give up some entitlements. Do you understand? And then my marriage worked. I thanked God. All of a sudden, Patricia came in. And the war started again. I don't want this video to be too long. I'm going to make a part 2 of this video. But when Patricia came into my house, things never remained the same. This is the same person that was in my Ashwebio. This is the same person that my husband said was just a friend. And then she came into my house and things turned upside down. I will come back with a part 2. Let me not bore you. I just hope that you just relax. I'll bring up a part 2 and you will hear the rest of this. There are some things that I'll need to tell people that I never mentioned. There are lots of things people do not know, because honestly, it was not my intention for this thing to be on the internet. But since my husband has decided to put it here, let me bring my own side of the story, so that those who are judging me that I'm from a bad family, I'm a narcissist, so that you people really understand what I've been crying about.